What's going on, you guys? Your boy Big Dog here, the Living Cinema Score, and I'm they announced the 91st Oscar nominees yesterday. Well, yeah, yesterday. No, day before yesterday, and I saw the list and the best picture nominees and the directors and stuff like that. But this video I'm talking about the best picture nominees. So I saw the nominees. I'm like, okay, that's pretty good list. A couple of them I'm like, hey, it could have been removed, or some I didn't like as much as others. I think other movies probably could have replaced them, in my opinion. Yeah, but I thought to myself, I said, it's a good list of movies, and I think these movies are very rewatchable. Which some of the times Oscar movies aren't just that rewatchable. So then I thought to myself, how about I do a video on the 2018 Best Picture nominees and think about how those movies are a year removed from the Oscars. And yeah, uh, this I don't have a list. I pretty much remember all these movies off my head. I'm gonna go down this list of movies and tell you what I think about them a year removed. Whew. Let's get it. Listen, this is my opinion. Okay, you know what I'm saying. So you might love some of these movies. Some of these movies might not have deserved to make it, or whatever. I understand this. There's a couple movies I feel like shouldn't have been on the list. A couple movies probably should have replaced. Like I think The Disaster Artist should have been played. Should have been nominated. The Florida Project, Molly's Game, multiple movies. But I'm gonna get into that another time. This is just about the movies that were nominated for Best Picture. Let's go down this list. First off, the one that just stuck just in my head because I hate it so bad is The Phantom Thread. I'm sorry, no disrespect to Daniel Day-Lewis, but that movie was garbage. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Nobody's going back and watching The Phantom Thread. People I do know who watched The Phantom Thread was like, nigga, what the fuck did you tell me to watch? That shit was boring as fuck. I don't even remember what the fuck it was about. Only thing I think it was an old dude who got girls and made them dresses. I don't even know if he actually had sex with them. I don't even know. Like, the movie is so forgettable. I don't know why it was nominated for Best Picture. I'm sorry, the movie was boring as fuck. Want to talk about boring as fuck? Let's go on to the next movie, The Post. Listen, the reason this movie was nominated because they had Meryl Streep and Tom Hanks. Let's just be honest. If it didn't have those two, nobody checking for this movie. Understand it's something that happened in history, but not everything in history is worthy of an Oscar nomination. This movie could have been replaced with so many other movies. I'm telling you, I think they was nominated simply because it had Tom Hanks and Meryl Streep, and Meryl Streep is always getting nominated for something. I don't even think she even should have been nominated for her performance. Like, don't get me wrong, it was a great performance, but it wasn't, like I said, I don't think it was better than Jessica Chastain in Molly's Game. And speaking of like historical movies, on to the next one, The Darkest Hour. Listen, this movie is simply a performance. It's a performance by Gary Oldman. That's all this movie is. Nobody can tell me the plot of this movie. It's about Winston Churchill, and he's become the minister, priest, whatever the fuck. Like, I'm telling you, it was boring as shit. It was a great performance. I get that, and I do think he deserved the Oscar for best lead actor. But that's because that's the only thing that was in that movie was him acting. There was nothing else that the movie didn't capture anybody else. It was like there's the one line about you can't something with a tiger when your head's in his mouth or something. That's a good line. But listen, that one line doesn't make an entire movie. It doesn't give the movie a plot. Like, it's speaking of plot. Well, let's talk about a movie that has, characters, but no just real main character that you remember. Dunkirk. Nobody. I'm telling you're not calling friends over and throwing on Dunkirk because your friends will leave. I promise. Your friends, listen, I understand it was directed by Christopher Nolan, and you talk about Best Picture. Yeah, it's probably Best Picture, but then I would even argue that. I feel like Call Me By Your Name looked better than Dunkirk. That's just my opinion, but I think Dunkirk was not, like I said, it looked Best Picture. Yes, I'm talking about picture as in the actual picture. Yes, it looked good, but like far as movie, tell me somebody's name in there. Tell me one character's name in Dunkirk. You can't. That's how forgettable it is. You just remember how it looks, and you know the story just because it's a historical story. That's what people try to basing that shit off of. I'm telling you, nobody checking for Dunkirk a year later. You know, another movie that people love, but it wasn't really my cup of tea, and I just mentioned it. Call Me by Your Name. To me, this movie looked the best out of all these movies. Like the way it was shot, the cinematography in Call Me by Your Name, I just really, really enjoyed. As far as the movie, I could have did without. I ain't ate a peach since I saw that movie. Uh, but no, but listen, my whole thing with Call Me by Your Name is like everybody else saw this love story, and I pretty much saw it. I looked at Armie Hammer if he was black. Just a dude trying to get some ass. That's all it was. Like he was finessing everybody. He was finessing the girl out some ass. He was finessing Timothy Chalamet out some ass, and then he didn't get with neither one of them. Went home and got married. Like, come on, if a nigga in the hood would have did some shit like that, he'll be talked about like a dog. He'll be like, oh, he used to be with what's his name, but then he left him. Like, I'm telling you, bro, that's pretty much essentially what this nigga did. That's all he did. And like everybody praising this is a love story. It's not no fucking love story. What is y'all watching? And then Timothy Chalamet's girl, nobody even addresses the fact that this dude took a girl's virginity, and then she just was accepted it like, oh, it's okay. I know you really didn't like me. I just gave you all the meat up. Like, what the, no. I'm sorry. I just didn't see that movie like everybody else saw it. But it looked good. It looked really, really good. Next movie, speaking of Timothy Chalamet, Lady Bird. I went back and rewatched Lady Bird recently. And I liked it more than I did the first time. Because I think the first time I saw it, everybody hyped it up to be this big-ass thing. And I was like, and like it had 100% on Rotten Tomatoes for so long, and then I was like, okay, let me go check this out. And I watched it, and I was like, that's pretty much how I thought every middle-class white girl life was. That's pretty much essentially what I thought it was. I'm like, all right, cool. And now I go back and watch it now, and I appreciate it more, but I still see what I think my stereotypical view of what every middle-class white girl life is like, still, like, like I'm telling you, it nothing that just crazy, but I do like it much more than the other five I named before it. Like I would go back and watch Lady Bird again with somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, it's cool, huh? You know what I'm saying? Especially I ain't gonna say too much. The next one, Get Out. I think Get Out was a spectacular film. Was crazy off. Only seen Get Out one time. I'm not gonna even lie to you guys, but I still remember everything about that movie so vividly. Like I still remember things they said. Still remember lines. You know what I'm saying? It was, and I'm not a fan of horror. I promise you, I'm not a fan of horror. But what that movie did and the way it incorporated horror was in like some racial issues. I enjoyed the fuck out of it, and I think it's one of the most rewatchable. Even though I haven't rewatched it since I've seen it, but I still like the movie like a motherfucker. I saw it and knew I was there when I saw it. I remember what I did after when I saw it. I remember the whole day because that movie had that big impact. So I enjoyed it. The next one, I'm getting down to where I'm getting confused. But I know what won The Shape of Water. And I've watched The Shape of Water twice since it won the Oscar. And the first time I saw it, I loved it. And the other times, I loved it. I think the movie still holds up. I think the movie is still good. I enjoy the performances. And it's like, I like it because it's not your typical movie. Like, hey, so Death Girl falls in love with she's deaf and she's mute. She's mute. I think she's mute. Yeah, she's mute. A mute girl falls in love. My bad. I must have confused that time. A mute girl falls in love with pretty much a sea creature, and they fuck. Like, come on now. That's like kind of creepy, but the way it's told, it's creepy as shit. But the way it's told, okay, for some reason, I actually believe this. It's just like I don't believe in love at all. But they made me believe in a mute girl, and I don't disrespect anyone mute about why I'm saying this as well. I'm just saying it like that. I don't know what else to say, you know what I'm saying? A mute girl falls in love with a sea creature, and you make me believe it. A person who does not believe in that shit. Come on now. That's a dub for me, so I think it still holds up a year later. Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Now, this was one of my favorite movies. Only thing about it is that after I saw the movie, then the whole thing with Sam Rockwell, where like people like they gave him a redemption arc, even though they never addressed the fact about the stuff he did to the black people in prison. That's the only thing that messed me up because I think that was Mark Bernard who wrote the article on it. Like, okay, shit. Well, I didn't even think about that when I saw it. But yeah, it bothers me, but yet I still like that movie. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, I'm not taking. I still like the movie, even though that is just a flaw that came up later after, you know what I'm saying, a while after I'd already saw it. But I still go back and rewatch it because I think Frances McDormand was great in that movie. Like Woody Harris, like everybody was great in the movie. I enjoyed it quite a bit, and I think it's one of the most entertaining out of those. So out of the 9 nominees last year, for me, 4 of them I go back and rewatch: Shape of Water, Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, Get Out, and Lady Bird. Those other 5, psh, but we got the nerve to complain about Black Panther. Believe me, I promise you, if you go back and when I do this list next year regarding the 2019 nominees, I'm pretty sure Black Panther is not the one that's going to be going off because it wasn't rewatchable. I'm looking at you. I ain't gonna say no. I ain't gonna spoil it for something I'm doing next year now. Because time might change and I might like some of these movies. Well, some of the movies I don't think should have been nominated next year. You know what I'm saying? I might, over time, I might come to grow, man. Maybe all of them hold up. Who knows? But as far as these ones from 2018, yeah, 5 of them snooze fest and boring as shit. Just, it is what it is. That's just my opinion. But you guys let me know what you think of the 2018 2009 Oscar nominated films, and do you think they hold up? Well, a year later, let me know which ones you think hold up, which ones you don't think hold up. And what do you think about this year's 2019 Oscar nomination? I did a reaction video to me seeing like the best pictures and best lead actress, and stuff like that. So that video's up now. You just look at my channel and find it. It's like one of my most recent videos. But yeah, that's it, man. This is your boy Big Dog, the Living Cinema Score. I'm out.